Greetings from the Hermitage, and welcome to this presentation on showing your work in Google Docs. Be mindful as I go through this presentation that this is fairly new to me and I may stumble a little bit, but let's see what we can do about it, huh? So I'm going to call up Google Docs. Whenever you get a homework assignment, you will be given a document in Google Docs, and you'll open that and you'll get something that looks similar to this. I don't have anything on this page yet, so I'm going to show you kind of what I go through, and then I'll show you what you would necessarily have to do the assignment. So I have a blank page. I've got here, we can change the font size. 14 is what I'll typically use for the homework assignments. I'm going to insert a header. And at the top of your homework assignment, it'll tell you what homework assignment it is. In this case, this is an example of using Google Docs to show your math homework. Typically, there'll be two columns. Let me see if I can format this for columns. Here we go, columns. I'm going to use two columns. It gives me options, and I'm going to want two columns that you see here. And I'll show that I want a line between the columns to kind of keep you organized a bit, and I'll apply that. Now I'm down here, I'm going to insert a column break, and it draws that line. So what I will typically do is in the right-hand column, show you the problem that has to be solved, and I'll type in, got caps lock on, solve the following equation for X. As you're viewing this video for the first time, we will not have gotten so far in the class that I would expect you to be able to solve this problem, but I'm just going to use it as a demonstration for some of the things that you can do. So this will be the equation. Docs has a math equation editor, so I'll come up to Insert, and it says Insert an Equation, and it'll give you a box into which you will type the equation. This equation is going to be 12x add 3 equals 63. And at that point, you'll come over to the left-hand side. You've looked at it, you kind of have a strategy for what you're going to do. And you would type in this case, I will add the additive inverse of 3 to zero out the 3. Then you'd come back over here to this equation, hit enter, and now come back up to the ribbon area. It gives you the option to enter a new equation. Click on that, and you'd start off 12x plus 3. Now I'm going to add the additive inverse. I'm going to open parentheses, put a minus sign, 3, close parentheses, equals 63. And then I'm going to add the same thing, add a negative 3 on that side. Come back over here. I will simplify. And you would write 12x equals, see, I didn't enter, you notice the font's different. That's because I didn't enter a new equation. New equation, 12x equals, and you know that 63 add a negative 3 would be 60. I'll go ahead and type that in. Come back over to the other side, tell me what you're going to do. In this case, it would be, I will multiply both sides by the multiplicative inverse of 12. Come back over here, space down to about there. Enter a new equation. These icons along this space here gives you options of things that you can do. I'm going to multiply that by 1 over 12. So I'm going to need a fraction, and that's that right there, a over b. And I'm going to multiply by 1 over 12. So I'll type in 1. It defaults to putting the cursor in the numerator, and then to get to the denominator, you hit your right arrow on your number pad or wherever it is on your computer, and it will automatically put that, it knows where to put it, puts it in the denominator. I'm going to write 12, and then to move on in the equation, you hit that right arrow again, and we're multiplying. And that's going to be Shift 8 for us. And then I'm going to multiply, I'm going to enter another fraction. And I'm going to type in 12, right arrow, and put a 1 in there, right arrow. I messed up. I need to go back in here and put an X. I hope I can do that. Yeah, okay. And now that's going to be equals, 1 equals is enough. And then I'm going to do another fraction. I'll put 1 over 12, enter 1 in the numerator, hit the right arrow, type in the 12 in the denominator, hit the right arrow to move the cursor a little bit further. We're going to multiply that times another fraction, except this time it's 60. In the numerator, hit the right arrow, put a 1, right arrow, and then you're finished with that. Hit enter a couple of times maybe to get you down. Come back over here to the left-hand side. I will simplify. Come back over here. New equation. And you would have x equals 60 divided by 12 is 5. Space out of that. Type in my answer. And that's about all there is to that. As we go further and further into the semester, there will be other things that we'll be doing. We'll get a little bit more complicated, and we'll be doing things like radicals. We'll be doing things like exponents. And all of that is in here. Everything that you're going to need for this semester is going to be available in this band of options here. You may want to review those as you're getting used to working with Google Docs in math. You can use this dot here for multiplication instead of using that star that I got off of the keyboard by doing Shift 8. I actually prefer that you use that dot. That means multiplication for us. We quit using the X for multiplication, at least in the 8th grade. I don't know if you've seen it, if you've seen that dot before, but that means multiplication. You have some Greek letters. If you know Greek, write me a note. But these are your options. Here's a does not equal sign. We'll be using that at some point. Just know where it is. All these other things, whenever you get to college, you'll be doing limits and integrals. I didn't use the parentheses in this case, but I just typed them in from the keyboard here. I don't know what it would look like if I used the parentheses and typed it in that. Let me see if I can do that. Go in here and come up and hit parentheses. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's nice, you see, and it sizes it precisely, exactly what you need. Well, guys, that just about wraps it up. So come back over here. I probably need a new slide. Was going to say something like, that's all, folks, but we'll just let it ride, and I hope that helps. So anyway, at the end of the day, there's only one thing left to say, and that is, that's all, folks. Maybe, I don't know whether it's going to allow me to do this or not. No, no pin in there. But anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching this. Practice this a little bit. We'll be using this I will technique throughout the semester. It slows things down a little bit, but it makes you think about what you're doing, and that also addresses the concept of writing across the curriculum. Guys, I look forward to having a really great semester with you. I know some of you from last semester, you stop by and get pieces of chocolate on occasion. I'm sorry I won't be able to deliver chocolate to you every day, but I'll be thinking about you anyway. Guys, be safe. Con cuidado. I hope to see you later in the semester.